Hi and welcome back to my Gear Hall of Shame series. Today we're looking at Xojin, who is a hero that's very popular on the green raid boss. I use him all the time and it's easy to see why when you look at his special abilities. So he does damage based on the target's speed. A raid boss is really fast, so this is very useful. He also inflicts burn. But the key thing is he can inflict it a bunch of times because of his recast chance, as stated in his passive ability. The recast chance is based on the speed difference between himself and the enemy. So it helps if he's as slow as possible. And the end result of using him is you can build up a bunch of stacks on the green raid boss extremely quickly. And this will reduce the defense of the raid boss. That's in the passive ability of the raid boss. And then you can hit with someone like Lurker, who also has a bonus damage for every burn on the enemy and get a ton of damage. So Xojin is the reason that a lot of people are able to hit like 2 million plus on a 6.6 RB, which is pretty good because I think prior to that, the best you could do without potions was probably like 1 to 1.5. So a 2 million plus hit without potions is pretty amazing. If we look at his card, you can see that I've gone for 2 cursed sets and 1 broken set. I actually haven't fully awaken this guy. If I would awaken him, you would see a little bit more to attack, HP, and defense, and then 50% more accuracy, which would improve this quite a lot. If we look at his stats in general, 3.8k HP, 2.5k defense, I think it's pretty mediocre for a hero. It's not fantastic survivability for someone who doesn't need, for example, an attack build. So, for example, my Elgath has completely different standards. If my Elgath had 3.8k HP, 2.5k defense, I would be really happy. So with Xojin, I'm a little underwhelmed. I would like to have seen maybe 3k defense, 3.5k defense. If not, then with 2.5 defense, I would have liked to have, I can't speak. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting my grammar. I would like to have seen, yes, I would like to have seen maybe 40 to 45k HP. Speed 233. The base was 208, so I got 25 from somewhere. I'm guessing that's 15 from my cabinet and then 10 from some of the subsets here. We'll get into it. The res is really low. That's fine because I don't need it. Accuracy 111. That's okay. With the full awakening, he'll be 161, which is definitely good for the green raid boss if he was going against higher res enemy for some reason, like in PvP, for example. This is actually probably sufficient for most enemies, except maybe like a high res build. Crit rate 104, that's good. Crit damage 171, that's also pretty good. It's not like a stellar CD. You'll see some of the really big hitters in the game probably have maybe 200 plus CD. That's why they one-shot you. But for a hero that is mostly used in PvP, the standards are lower because it's actually much easier to succeed in PvE than PvP. So the standards for gearing are lower, the survivability can be lower, which is why I've let Xojin get away with his kind of mediocre survivability. His accuracy is, just what works. CD is sufficient for now. Mana gain 24, that's okay. If I would max his passive ability, I would get an extra one, and that would come to 25. And I think actually, if I did fully awaken him, that would make the card look a lot better. The fact is, you can't just think about potential. You have to think about what the card is saying now. And what the card is saying now is 111% accuracy with the rest of those stats. So he's, I would say, pretty underwhelming. He does the job, but he's underwhelming overall as a build. So if we look at his gear, so on the surface, this gear is pretty good. Most of it is 6-star. There's only one 5-star piece, and all of it is either epic or legendary. This first piece of gear is actually amazing. It's got 1 roll on CD, 3 rolls on CR, which for me is like a unicorn. And the other 2 substats, HP percent and accuracy, are actually relevant to this guy. That 25% CR is incredible. So the second piece, again, pretty good. CR, triple roll CD, that's what I'm looking for. The attack percent, not relevant, so the roll on that is not appreciated. Defense percent, relevant stat, good, solid, still decent piece of gear overall. If we look at the third piece, the only 5-star piece. Oh, by the way, I noticed I didn't level the helmet or the shield to 15. Again, lower standards for PvE. CR, CD, 1 roll each, that's great. You'll notice that the substats are lower because it's a 5-star piece, not a 6-star piece. Accuracy, 4%, decent, relevant substat. Defense percent, 2 rolls. That's good. I did mention that I wanted to see a bit of a higher defense, so the 17 is already doing a much needed job here. No quibbles with the gear so far. This piece, CD, 6-star piece with a CR substat, triple roll on that substat. To me, this is like a piece that fell out of heaven in a way, because I know that the other 3 substats are shit, but what you really want is like a great CD glove and as many rolls on that CD glove as possible. Let's actually look at my CD gloves. So show equipped, sorry, CD, not CR. Look for CR. Look for the substat. This is the best. There we go. This is the highest CR substat on a CD glove. So I'm justified in being impressed. Okay, so now we see a break in the trend. HP percent, good. So he has that survivability. 6-star, good. Epic, good. Substats, bad. Bad. Defense percent, fine, whatever. Speed, not needed, not wanted. It's actually even worse because the gloves already had 5, so this 5 is really like getting a bit much now. Res, not needed, crap. Accuracy, relevant. But then I see that this is a missed opportunity, so would have been good if this chest had CR or CD. I know that my cursed pieces are not that great because I used to think that I didn't need CR or CD on my cursed pieces, so I sold a bunch of them back in the day. Mistake! So that's where we are with that. This is obviously a piece that was meant for someone who is not Xojin, who maybe needed a bit of AC, a bit of res. That's not this guy. So this piece is out of place. This piece does not fit the trend. But let's look at the final piece. So this final piece is an HP percent boot, good. 6-star, good. Epic, good. 3 rolls on CR, amazing, excellent, brilliant. CD, good, relevant. Defense percent, good, relevant. Accuracy, good, relevant. I love this piece. Actually, they're all great pieces apart from this piece of shit. I did actually resolve not to swear, but it's just coming out. Sorry. Yeah, this is just not a very good piece. So what I'm guessing is I actually don't have many good chess pieces. So that meant that to get to the 100 CR, actually had to break the set and bring in this piece with a little bit of CR and lots of CD, this piece with a little bit of CD and lots of CR, just to make up for this piece, this nasty thing, not having either CR or CD. So you can see that, yeah, because I decided to go for 100% CR and 100, well, push the CD as close to 200 as I could. That meant I had to break the set because one piece, the chess piece, was bad. And actually, what I actually could have done is use a 5-star piece which had CR or CD that would fit better. So what I would do to check is show equipped, go to the chest, go to the cursed if I know that's the set I want to use, go to defense HP, and then I could also just pick one of these if I wanted, but I could go without as well and just check what I have. So it just looks like none of my pieces are really good for kind of attacker. None of them have any CR or CD subset on them. So it looks like I had to break the set anyway. Another way I could have done it was to use a crusher set. Crusher has more of a CD bonus, so you can see what it does if you click on this icon. That could have meant that because the CD was there, I didn't have to work on the CD as much. I could have focused a little bit more on the CR and built that up a bit more easily. There's many ways that you can equip a certain hero and get to a bunch of stats. For the kind of vanilla stats, if you're not putting on cover set, immunity, hope, charge, determination, fury, these kinds of things, it doesn't really matter which combination of sets you use as long as you get to decent stats on the card. And for me, 100% CR and nearly 200 CD was what is important for me. Accuracy, I believe for the raid boss, around 100 to 150 accuracy is good for a 6.6 level raid boss. Survivability, again, I've told you, I'm underwhelmed, but he does the job for me. So, obviously, I could change this up. I could add some of the survivability relics if I wanted to boost that, a different type of build with maybe a lower accuracy. Like, for example, if I don't want to waste my dust on him, if I'm like, okay, I'm always going to use him for PvE, not PvP, and the survivability is decent on PvE already, I could equip him with an accuracy relic, for example, like this one. I don't even have to level it. It's an increase of 15%. That's already going to bump this to 126% accuracy, which is an improvement. So there's many ways. You don't have to fully dust every hero. You don't have to fully tome every hero. I certainly don't. So there we are. That is Xojin. By the way, what do you think this thing on his belt is? I think it looks like one of the Japanese fish flags that they have for some of their festivals. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like a fish that is, it has a hole on the mouth and the tail, and it just flies in the wind. And this is kind of flying over his crotch region for some reason, and it's jumping around. It's a little bit disturbing. But it just looks like an evil fish, don't you think? I don't know. And there's one on his head as well. See? It jumps to and fro the animation, but you can see where I'm tapping. Yeah, so I don't know what it is with him. I don't know if that was disturbing. But anyway, so this was actually a request from people in my guild. So thank you very much to them. Shout out to my guild, Javahala, awesome guild. We do have places, so if you want to apply, very friendly. I think everyone's really nice. We've known each other for a while. So do feel free to apply. I do actually have kind of a members only benefit. I've written up a little bit of a guide on how to gear heroes for the guild. So if you join the guild, you'll get access to that as well. That was developed a while back, like almost a year ago, actually. So you can read that as well. Yeah. Otherwise, let me know which hero you would like to see next. If you have a different way of gearing Xojin, or what would you suggest for my Xojin? Have you used him in PvP a lot? Because I've used him a little bit in War, a very little bit in Arena. Mostly for me, he's a PvE hero. I'd be really interested to use him for PvP. So let me know if you know. Otherwise, happy to take your suggestions for any other hero gear review that you might want to see. This series so far is coming out one video every Friday, and every Monday I've still got my 3 Ways to Rift series being released. So thank you so much for supporting. Leave a like, comment if you can. That really helps with the algorithm. Also, sharing is the best thing of all, so we can get more views, please.